A fire on car number 86, Rich Woodland. Brings it down to a halt in turn 1. It caught fire at turn 4 after something let go in the engine, and he brought it down to a safe stop at the apron of turn number 1, and you can see he's going to climb out and be okay after a fiery ride down the front straightaway.
Exit stage lift as quick as possible.
What he's doing right now, some of the belts are hung up. You see him trying to get out. He's okay, folks. It's just one of those deals. You get in a hurry when that thing gets warm.
Looked like radio gear and his drink tube and maybe the sternum latch up there on that shoulder harness. But he's okay.
Yeah, this thing really cuts loose coming off the corner, and that's got to be oil dropping on the headers. And there we go. It lights off. See a lot of sparks on there to set it off.
And look inside the car as he gets a little further down.
You know, that's when you appreciate the safety factor of the gas tank, the rubber bladder and all that we use for a gas tank.
A lot of smoke coming out of that cockpit of that car. They try to seal them up as best they can, but
a lot of times when you have that much fire under a car, the floorboard itself will catch on fire, the paint on the floorboard.
They used to have a rubber shifter boot on these cars until a fellow named Neil Bonnet went to Bill Simpson and said, we need one out of Nomex so we don't get flame up through that shifter hole.
Yeah, I had one at Daytona catch on fire, and that shifter melted in about 2 seconds.
Let me tell you, if anybody ought to know, Neil ought to know. He had everything happen, folks.
Right. Well, thank you, buddy. I'm a test man.
I guess we won't tell you that was the National Cold Storage car that caught all fired up there.
I saw it.
We won't tell you that.
Now look, see, here's Rusty.
Rusty
clothes coming out of the pits.
And that's just what Buddy Parrott was talking about. He's coming out as other cars on the lead lap are coming in.
It's no secret that 2 car has been just killing everybody in the pits, beating them, but where they're having to stop, it's not helping them a bit today. They're losing time down pit road.
Well, he did get out in front of Mark Martin, though.
Yeah, but Kyle Petty was right in front of him.
That's right.
Not quite in the shot. And Kyle was the guy that he was concerned with, that Mark Martin was concerned with, and Kyle beat him out.
Neil, what brand of car will you run next year?
Run Chevrolets next year.
What Larry from Michigan wanted to know.
Yeah, we're going to get some stuff from the 4 team and the 3 team, see what we can do with it.
Boy, oh boy, that's a bad pantry to go to.
Oh, yeah. Look at Childers reared back here. He said, man, we got to get this thing going a little bit.
Bit of speedy dry down the front straightaway. We'll show you a top 10. And we'll ask you again if you can identify what's wrong with the picture the Polaroid folks are going to show you, and see if you can win a trip to the Daytona 500 or a 2-night trip for 2 to Captiva. A service to the race fans here at Phoenix. Get around this 1-mile oval. Fan Tram.
Only way to travel.
I guess.
That's pretty neat. They need that everywhere.
Jack Roush has had a walk up pit road. He's now standing at the Bill Elliott pit talking to Mark Martin on the radio, but he was going to come up and have a word with the Wally Dallenbach crew. They had the hood up, but they've sent Wally back out into the race. Buddy?
Mark, this is Buddy Baker at TNN.
Yeah, make it quick here. We're fixing to go back to green.
Okay, man. We noticed you're doing a little chassis change in there. Everything okay?
It's pretty good. We're trying to get it just a little bit better. Kyle's pretty good on long runs. We're real good on short runs, but trying to get it to where to run a little bit better on a long run.
Okay, man. Good luck to you.
Thanks, man.
Mark Martin has been the class of the field so far today. Rick Mast is the leader. It's the 4th time that the Skoal Ford has led this year. He was 10th coming into the pits and came out first. Jimmy Hensley's back in the race in the Kodak car after a 36.5-minute repair stop to the left rear of the Morgan McClure machine. Kyle Petty in 2nd behind Rick Mast, Mark Martin, Rusty Wallace, Ernie Irvan. As we get ready for the restart, Wallace is 4th. Earnhardt is 10th among the contenders for the Winston Cup.
Boy, that little conversation with Mark Martin was a good example of the way he thinks. He had a car leading the race, and he's reading that thing. He knows it goes away a little bit in long runs. He's more concerned about getting long runs under that car where he can outrun people at the end of these tire stops. So we're going to see Mark work on that thing the rest of the day, it looks like.
We're going to watch this restart from our Ray Bestis helicopter-mounted aerial cam. Ray Bestis, best in brakes. Bringing you these pictures as Rick Mast on the outside of Brett Bodine brings the field down to the green flag. And we're back to racing. Lead lap cars in the outside lane.
Well, I tell you, Rick Mast got a good start on that thing. That 42 winding up behind him now.
We're going to see who's got the muscle right at this part of the race. You see the 6 car following Kyle Petty there. Boy, oh boy. That looked like a little looseness there to me.
They said they took a little bit of bite out of that 6 car. Took some bite out of it to see what it'd do to it.
Here's Earnhardt with Bobby Labonte.
Boy, Labonte got hung out there pretty wide. And that white stuff just says, no, do not get out here. He had those right side wheels out in it.
And here's Kyle Petty challenging Rick Mast for the lead.
Mark's going to get that opportunity to see how he can handle that 42 car now.
And Kyle Petty is the 8th different leader today. Off turn 2, Mark Martin wants second place from Rick Mast.
He's got that inside line. And I believe he's got enough motor to do it where the thing has been jumping off these corners.
Yeah, Mark straightened it out there just a little bit and kind of took that groove away.
8th place.
Look at Earnhardt make that dive. I don't believe he's going to get that Sterling that easy. Now he's up under him.
That's where
his 7th.
That's where his car's been off, Mike. You know, we've been looking at that thing. He can turn under people there, but when he gets in the gas, he can't get off that corner. But like you were talking about, it looks like the car's tight.
How do you correct for that?
They just got to keep taking bite out, working with air pressure, and it's just you're almost afraid to go too much at one time. But it looks like they're going to do some cranking on it.
Well, anytime you do anything on a car, you're trying to balance it better for the racetrack, and they'll just keep tweaking until they get it as good as they can get it, and then they'll have to just take what they get from there on.
There's the 8 car, Sterling Marlin up on the inside of Jeff Gordon. They almost got together, go through the dog leg. Terry Gant, Derek Cope on the outside.
Dale Jarrett up under there.
And Steve Grissom.
That outside groove don't look like it's very fast through 3 and 4 there.
On our 800 number, Tracy from New Hampshire wants to know what it might take for Rusty to take the point lead here. And the stats we have show that if Rusty would win the race and Earnhardt would finish 19th or worse, the point lead could change. Oh, Jeff Gordon.
Whoa.
In the fence. Caution flag. Kyle Petty, first super speedway race he has led since Talladega in July.
You know, that was a smart thing there. The 2 cars know the yellow come out.
Axle's out of Jeff's car, it looks like.
Well, that looks like you might knock the track bar off of too, Mike. You know, that rear track bar. Whole deal is track bar's broken off.
You see the car drifting around there. Nothing to hold back end together there.
Yeah,
the
that
body's
bar
trying to move around.
The bar centers up the body and the frame on the rear housing. It's just broken off. Ooh, me, sideways coming at you.
Is that what a sports car type's called, pannered rod?
Yeah, pannered bar.
Okay, just checking.
Okay, if you sports type out there, it's a pannered bar broke off the rear of this car. I tell you, talk about a mean thing to try to get back. It's like driving a hook and ladder truck and you don't have the steering wheel.
My daddy says that looked like a country dog going to town there.
Oh, it's a shame, man. And we were just talking before, that points, he's right in it. You know, it's gonna...
Yeah, he's 11th in the points, just behind Ricky Rudd and just ahead of Harry Gant.
Get down here in the corner. There's 24 on the outside. There goes Earnhardt up the track. His car slide up. Got right in the back of him, turned him around there.
Not a lot unlike the incident with Schrader.
Look at Bobby Labonte go underneath there. Todd Bodine locks up the brakes there.
Michael Waltrip in the yellow car.
Been talking about the 3 car. Had some push in it all day. Looked like it pushed right up, got right in the side of it.
Wow. That's a bad break for Jeff Gordon. He was running so well.
I'll tell you, that was a quick move by Bobby Labonte there.
Yeah, because, I mean, all he had to do is stack in the back of there, and about 15 more hit them.
Gordon has gone to the garage. And they are pitted pretty far away.
It's going to take a while for him to get to the garage to work on the car.
Bobby Hillen, Ken Schrader, Wally Dallenbach and Rick Corelli on pit road. During this caution, here are the leaders. So as we're under caution here for the 7th time today, Kyle Petty leads Mark Martin, Rusty Wallace, Rick Mast, and Ernie Irvan. And we asked Ricky Rudd how the progress is going on his building a brand new race team for 1994.
Oh, we're real pleased. We're going to run a Ford next year. Tide will also be the colors on the car as they have been for the last couple of years for me. So we're real proud to have Tide with us. The only difference right now will be a number change on the car. It'll be car number 10, and Rudd Performance Motorsports will be listed as the owner. We're still working with some associates. We should have one on board by Daytona, but nothing signed as of yet.